I join you in the company of the Minister responsible for Food and Agriculture for a very important update on the bird flu situation in the country. Some months ago, I think your attention was drawn to what was a growing challenge. The challenge is getting a bit more dire than before, but government is also stepping up its response. And this afternoon, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is here with us to give us an update on the situation and the response from the ministry. I want to very quickly introduce to you or acknowledge a number of dignitaries who are here with us. The head of the epidemiology unit, Dr. Fenteng Danso, is with us. The regional vet officer in charge of Accra, Dr. Joseph Kofi Abu, is here with us. The acting director of Veterinary Services Department, Dr. Patrick Abake, is here with us. Director APD, Animal Production Directorate, Edwin Bequin, is here with us. The head vet, Public Health and Food Safety, Dr. Jeffrey Akabod, is here with us. The director for the Women in Agric Development Program, Paulina Adi, is here with us. Director Agric Extension Offices, Paul Siame, is here with us. And the Honorable Minister responsible for Food and Agriculture, the Honorable Dr. Owusu Efriye Akoto. Honorable, please do join us and give us your update.
The Honorable Minister for Information, directors of the Ministry for Food and Agriculture, directors from the other ministries related to food, ladies and gentlemen, I have invited you here today for an update on the containment of the highly pathogenic avian influenza disease that we commonly call bird flu. After my last engagement with the media on the subject in October 2021. At the said meeting, I apprised the media of government's unprecedented intervention to strengthen the capacity of the VSD, which is the Veterinary Services Directorate of this ministry, for the effective discharge of its core mandate of managing animal health in this country. It will be recalled that government granted approval for the immediate recruitment and deployment of an initial 550 veterinary professionals out of a total 1,100 professionals throughout the country. The intervention also included approval for the release of an emergency budget support of approximately 44 million Ghana cedis to the ministry. This is for the implementation of an action plan involving some key activities for combating the bird flu. These are creation of public awareness on the bird flu, engagement with key stakeholders, stamping out, decontamination, procurement of disposal materials and other logistics, as well as payments of compensation to affected farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, the intervention of government is imperative, given the VSD's strategic mandate of contributing to public health and the development of livestock and poultry industry. Needless to say, frequent outbreaks of transboundary animal diseases, such as the highly pathogenic avian influenza, foot and mouth disease, and the African swine fever, among others, threaten government's agenda of attaining self-sufficiency in meat production by 2025, as envisioned under the Rearing for Food and Jobs program. At the last engagement with the media in October 2021, 7 out of the 16 regions in the country had been hit by the bird flu, with the remaining 9 regions equally at risk due to the rapid spreading nature of the disease. The current update is that the Bono, Upper East and Eastern regions are the latest to record cases of bird flu, while some of the already affected regions continue to experience new cases. I must say that this phenomenon of an outbreak is not only in Ghana, it's across West Africa, and indeed it's in Europe. So it's more or less a global issue that we are dealing with here. I don't want to give the impression that it's only happening in Ghana. It's not. Our neighbors are equally suffering from this outbreak. So among them is for those that have already been affected and continue to experience new cases, there is the Greater Accra region, precisely some parts of Tema, where a number of farms have been affected lately. Other notable cases reported most recently are in Sunyani, in Bono region. In all cases, the Veterinary Services Directorate of this ministry has been on hand to offer the requisite services for stemming the spread of the disease. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to report that the Ministry of Food and Agriculture has received financial clearance to commence the recruitment of the 550 veterinary professionals, and has also received a warrant for the release of 20 million Ghana cedis to carry out the aforementioned activities. We are looking forward to receiving the remaining half of the approved budget to enable the ministry procure badly needed vehicles, motorbikes, and laboratory equipment for operational purposes. The availability of these logistics will go a long way to strengthen the capacity of the VSD to carry out its important mandate of protecting Ghana's livestock and poultry industry through surveillance and timely enforcement of biosecurity measures on farms. The logistics will also empower the ministry to enforce compliance of biosecurity and management standards of livestock and poultry farms. While awaiting the release of approved funds to combat the spread of the bird flu in the country, my ministry is responding within the constraints of the limited available resources to protect and mitigate the adverse impact of the disease on the livestock and poultry industry. I wish to announce that as part of our action plan to stabilize the situation, we are rolling out a comprehensive communication plan to sensitize the general public, targeted stakeholders at the national, regional, and district levels about the bird flu and other transboundary animal diseases. Pursuant to this ministerial implementation team will be pursuant to this, a ministerial implementation team will be inaugurated on Friday the 28th, that's 3 days hence, to coordinate the nationwide sensitization program and oversee the general implementation of the ministry's management program. I must emphasize that in addition to the provision of technical services by the VSD, the nationwide sensitization program is key to the success of stemming the further spread of the disease in the country. The key actors for ensuring this include traditional authorities, the MMDAs, farmers, and value chain actors within the livestock and poultry industry, the media, allied health institutions, and the security agencies. The ministry will count on your support and that of the general public to help combat the bird flu and other transboundary animal diseases. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, A major reason why the country's poultry and livestock industry has become vulnerable to the outbreak of transboundary animal disease is the long absence of an updated Animal Health Act to effectively regulate the industry. I'm therefore pleased to report that government has taken the necessary steps to update the existing 1960 Animal Health Act by finalizing a new bill for introduction to Parliament this year. Once in effect, the updated act will empower the ministry through the VSD to regulate the industry. Among the proposals of the bill is a regulatory authority to certify poultry and livestock farms and the enforcement of sanctions such as closure of farms of recalcitrant farmers in this country. Before taking my seat, I wish to use this platform to urge all to support government's effort to contain the spread of bird flu and help keep alive the vision of transforming the livestock and poultry industry. I have, as you heard from the Minister of Information, assembled the top experts in this country on the subject. So, members of the media, you are free to ask any question, technical or general, and I have the qualified personnel to answer your questions. Thank you.
Yes, I thank you for the very quick update. The facts are that the situation is spreading across regions and is spreading even within some of the initial regions. Clearance is being given for the recruitment of about 550 vet professionals who are going to help generally and also specifically combat the current challenge ahead of us. Allocation of 20 million Ghana cedis to support the interventions, out of which some 10 million has already been received. And as Minister mentioned, the other 10 million, which is expected, will go a long way to help step up surveillance and biosafety practices on the farms. A lot of work also needs to be done in the area of communications and awareness creation and the technical services by the VSD. Minister, thank you for that update. Colleague, it's a good time to take your questions, if you have any, on what has just been outlined to us, before I invite the Minister to sum up in Twi for us. So it's a good time to take your questions. I have a hand at the back. Any others? So, Madam, let's start with you.
Good afternoon. Please, my name is Sarah Paku from TV3. I would like to find out, so far, how many of the birds have been affected by the bird flu. And I also want to find out of the 10 million cedis, how much is going to be used as compensation? Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Without any other questions, I'll rest after this question and ask Minister to wrap it up in Twi for us. Are there any other questions? Minister, let me invite you to respond to this, and then you can do a quick summary in Twi for us. Thank you.
Thank you, TV3. As I said, I have the acting director of the Veterinary Services Directorate here. I would like to invite him to come up and answer that question. Dr. Baker.
Good afternoon to you all. Please, with regards to the number of birds that have been affected so far throughout the 10 regions, we have, I will give you further information. We have about a total number of 159 farms that have been affected. And number of birds that have died as a result of, natural result of the bird flu, we have 100.